What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your quick Big Brother season 25, episode 16 quick recap and review. Tonight was eviction night. Now listen, I told y'all in my last little roundup that I'm just tired of this whole unanimous decision. I'm tired of this whole groupthink mentality. I feel like nobody is trying to make the hard moves. I feel like nobody is swinging for the fences. And I was like, you know what? I almost hope America does win. Not almost. I was hoping that America did win HOH because I was like, I feel like she gonna make a move. I feel like she gonna be bold and make a move. Although she probably would have punked out too. So let's get into what happened tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you. The majority of this episode bored the hell out of me. Why? Because I'm sick of this flippity flop flop floppity flip flip flippity flop 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 situation. Red, I am mad at you because I feel like if you had sat down and had a conversation with oh boy, Cameron, I feel like y'all could have done something, okay? And okay, I'm giving everything away. Let me before we get to all of that, let me go through the preliminaries. So they were flip flopping back, and they were like, "Well, Jag really is the person we want to send home because we think I don't know. Sari is the only one that has any inkling of a good reason, and her good reason actually makes sense. Her good reason was like, look, I know that Jared screwed my game up. Because let's be clear, it was Jared's fault. It was Jared's fault, right? Jared screwed my game up because I told him something that he should have kept in confidence, and he blabbed, which made me look bad, which then let Jag know that I'm telling stuff that I ain't supposed to be telling, and that's messed it up. That's messed up my trust. Ultimately, I really don't understand why anybody else really wanted to get rid of Jag, other than maybe they just felt like he's a threat, blah, 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 whatever. Now, Red goes to talk to Jared, and Red is like, look, at some point, because of course Red doesn't think he's going home. At some point, you know, after we vote and everything, I want me, you, and Cameron to sit down so we can kind of clear the air. You know, I just, you know, because now you're realizing maybe you acted a little hasty. Maybe you did a little too much, too soon, too little, too late. And Jared stood by, and I'm gonna be honest, I mean, Jared wasn't wrong in his interpretation. I feel like Cameron did not communicate to you, because if Cameron had talked to you and told you what his thought process was, Jared couldn't have gotten your head. But I also feel like you should have talked to him before you went and broke up with him, right? That's just like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You're gonna let some other dude come and tell you what your woman did and said, and you're not gonna confront her, you're not gonna talk to her about it. Like, you just broke up with that man and didn't even give him no reason. You just ghosted him. You just gave him the old block call, right? You just found out you blocked and you don't even know what happened based on something somebody else said. But neither here nor there. So they flip-flop because they were like, well, if Red and Cameron get back together, then that's our biggest fear, is that the two of them team up against us again, and we can't let that happen. So child, the house and flip-flop. Now the first two people to vote, oh, and we get more footage on the showmance between America and Corey. Listen, I think it's cute. It is what it is. Right now, America got time. So Corey is her project, and she has time. Do I think they really like each other? Yes. Do I see this lasting? It could. Opposites attract. I seen weirder things happen. It could last. I doubt it, but it could last. So, but Corey is definitely going back to college. The man. Okay. So we get ready to vote, and the first two people that vote is Cameron and Bowie Jane, and they both vote to keep Red. And I was like, okay, is this where we're going? Then the next person that votes, who I don't even remember now, but I know they voted to keep Jag. And I was like, oh, so we have our first non-unanimous vote of the season. I was here for it, even though everybody else voted for Red. So Red did get evicted. Now, when Red is talking to Julie, Julie asked him the same question that I said. Julie was like, why did you not talk to Cameron? Like, why did you let this whole thing fester and not talk to Cameron and find out what, like, you just took Jared's word for it? And he was like, well, I was just so upset and I was so in my emotions. If I had, if I had talked to him, it would have, basically, he was like, I was mad as hell. And if I said something, it would have turned into a whole situation. And I just didn't want that to happen. You mean to tell me, okay, I'm going to give you that at the beginning. You ain't calmed down all week? You ain't calmed down enough to have a conversation with Cameron? Because I feel like, had you sat down with Cameron and y'all talked this thing out and made up, y'all could have flipped that house and y'all could have sent Jag home and the two of y'all would be sitting pretty, right? So, of course, as soon as Red goes home, Cameron and Bowie Jane feel blindsided because both of them thought that the target was Jag and that Red was safe. So, baby, they mad. I mean, you could probably fry an egg on top of Cameron's head as mad as he is. He hot. So we get into the HOH. So we get to actually see the HOH competition. We haven't seen that in about 3 weeks. So I was here for that because I was like, good. I don't have to wake up in the morning and scroll through the Twitterverse. And yes, I still call it Twitter. It is not X. It is Twitter. I ain't scrolled through the Twitterverse to find out who the hell the HOH is. Baby, I said, worst case scenario is Cameron wins HOH. It's one of those competitions where they show us the video. It's like, it's the Humiliverse this week, so they're going to have a bunch of humiliating things going on, whatever. So the whole video was about poops, right? And they had cut up footage of people bending over or doing things that would make you think maybe they pooted. And then they would have like a different color poop come out, right? And of course you had to remember certain things. So it was all true or false questions. Baby, we got down to that last question, and it was Izzy, Corey, and Cameron left. And I said, worst case scenario is Cameron wins this HOH. Baby, that last question, I don't even remember what the question is, but I knew that the answer was false. I don't remember the question, but I knew the answer was false. And baby, Izzy put up true. And Cameron put up true. And Corey put up false. Not Corey, Cameron. Did I say Corey? I meant Cameron. I don't even like Cameron. If you really want me to tell you the truth of the matter, I do not like Cameron. I'm not a fan. I did want Cameron to go home. But when I tell you I was so happy when Cameron won that HOH, I didn't know what to do with myself. You know why I'm happy? I'm happy because now we're going to play some motherfucking Big Brother. Because Cameron is mad. He got a chip on his shoulder, and the only person he feel like he can trust right now is Bowie Jane. Because she the only one that voted the way they thought they was going to vote. So the two of them are mad. And I really hope that the two of them had a conversation that they need to have so that they realize that they the only two that voted to keep Red, and so they know everybody else in the house is public enemy number one. Baby, when I tell you, when Cameron won that HOH, the looks, baby, the way that they looked at each other, ooh, baby, the way that Sari and Felicia and America, the way they looked at each other, because they knew. They was like, oh, shit. And at this point, I don't even know who Cameron's target is. But baby, I'm here for it, Cameron. I hope you wreak havoc in this house. I hope you and Bowie Jane have a HOH week to remember. And he's still mad because he feel like his HOH was eliminated last week. Oh, bitch. Now, I feel like he's going to nominate Jared. Because I think that he has figured out, or at least I hope he's figured out, that him and Red's relationship broke up over Jared. Now, I still don't think that what Jared said was a misrepresentation of what Cameron did. However, I feel like Jared is going to be on his list. And maybe, I don't know, because I don't know which way he going to go with this. I don't know if he's going to try to backdoor somebody, so he's going to put two other people up for the backdoor. Now, Y'all know I don't really watch the feeds, but I do know that there's been some rumblings of Sari and Miss Felicia falling out, and Miss Felicia's getting on everybody's nerves, and she's become public enemy number one. I'm hearing those rumblings, but let me tell you something. The way this house roll and the flippity flop flop flip that they do, they be friends again tomorrow, and I just don't have the energy to waste on that. Okay, I'll figure it out when I find out who get nominated, and then we'll see who does what from there. Now, if Cameron figures out who won the power and who saved the Jag, Matt could probably be sitting next to Jared. I don't know how much energy Cameron is gonna put into finding out, if he doesn't already know, because hell, everybody knew after the vote. I mean, Miss Felicia knew, Jag knew, Jared knew. I mean, not Miss Felicia, Sari knew. At this point, I don't know who all know. So he might know it was Matt. But baby, let me tell you something. I'm here for this. I'm ready. I'm ready for this, okay? So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later.